Hi guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade, and this is what we eat in a week. So what we got first? Risotto. This was just an easy oven-baked risotto. I added the tomato, because Steve seems to like tomato in with his, and the tender stem into the pan as I put it into the oven, and it all cooked at the same time. This was chorizo and bacon and mushroom. Then Steve had gammon, egg and chips on this day. A nice snotty yolk pasta bake. Seems to be a staple in this house at the minute. This is a sausage pasta bake. Steve just had cheese and beans on his jacket potato. The rest of us had some tuna, mayo, then homemade spam fritter in a bun. Oh, and the chips were horrendous. That's a discussion about the Lidl oil, I tell you. Our chips have been not good recently. Then it was... why was this? The kids went out all day with Steve, so at tea time I just did a simple bacon baguettes. So Sunday, all we're having is some new baby potatoes from the farmer's market. Some sliced ham, hand-cooked ham, tuna mayo and rabbit food. And I also made a pudding, a caramel chocolate ganache pudding. Now I made the caramel inside this Instant Pot. I'm going to do a review on this Kasuri Instant Pot, and it's out in the week. But usually when you make caramel, and don't mind the ding on the side, I've done that. Won't amuse neither, but I've dented the side of it. Anyway, I made the caramel on the low heat saute function. Normally with caramel, yeah, it's a pain in the bum in it. You've got to stand there and you've got to constantly stir to make sure it doesn't catch on the bottom of the pan. It can be a nightmare and it puts people off. But this, honestly, I was so impressed. I was really impressed. I took that out and I made my biscuit base for my pudding, and I completely ignored that. You can see it's going to start bubbling. Just completely ignored it. This will be now my way of doing caramel, for definite. So I'm doing a biscoff base, then I'm going to do this caramel layer. I have not stood there, look, it's still going. If that was in a regular pan on a hob, I'm getting all excited now, then it would have burnt. We all know this. Caramel's not something you take your eye off. Here's me casually stirring me stuff. Biscuit base, caramel next, and then it's got a chocolate ganache on top of that with sea salt on top. It's not sticking or anything. It's amazing. I bet millions of people have done this before me, but to me, this is the bee's knees, man. This is the new way forward for my caramels and my jams, everything. This is a Kasuri Instant Pot. Now I already have a Pressure King Pro, but I don't think I've ever used it on the channel, and I don't know why. Odd. Very odd. So the caramel's done. And as you can see, it's coming straight out of that pan. It isn't burnt. And you saw it giving it some in that pan, it was boiling. And that was on the low heat function. Now I was an idiot. I waited 5 minutes and then got a spoonful out from the side of that pan. Took the skin off the roof of my mouth. Don't do it, guys. Do as I say, not as I do. So I've got to let that settle and then cool a bit. So I'm just putting my tatters on. I need to find a home for that pressure cooker, look at, because it's not on top of the cooker, I've had to move it down there. So you can see that's the ham. That's home cooked honey roast ham. And I'm just going to do some tuna as well, because my kids are absolutely... I don't know why my vape's there, honestly. I don't know why. Welcome. I'll introduce you to my vape. So I used 3 cans and they all got used up. My kids are obsessed with tuna. They really enjoy it. I don't put too much mayo in either, because Caitlin don't like too much mayo. That's not a lot of mayo considering there's 3 tins in there. That's all I used. My potatoes are on. All I've got left to do is my salad and my bread. So I figured I'd do the chocolate layer. I mean, you've seen me do this plenty of times. For chocolate ganache, a blob of butter in there. Margarine, butter, whichever you want to use. And then add in a pot of double cream, 300 ml. Heat it up for 3 minutes until it's boiling. Pour it over the chocolate, and there is no more work to it than that, really. It's not something difficult. You just want the heat of that cream to melt that chocolate. And I got impatient. See, I'm already swirling it. Can't help myself. This is such a super fast pudding as well. Even doing the caramel, it didn't take long in that pot. And as you can see, I left it alone. It didn't damage it in any way. Didn't damage the pot or the caramel. So I'm just going to make sure this is all blended together nicely. Unfortunately, this wasn't set quite for tea time, so I'll cut and insert picture for you, but it won't ready for the kids at tea time, so that's because I'm lazy. Didn't make it in time. I ain't done many puddings of late, to be honest. I think it's a fear of being on this leg too long, to be honest with you. But I knew this wasn't going to be like a pudding that took forever to make, so you can see that caramel's already setting up. And this will completely cover what's in that pan, this ganache. It won't set solid, it'll be creamy. Thick and creamy. There you go, it covers everything. And this is just a deep dish pie dish. An enamel, the enamel one. Part of the pack that I got from Donnell. They've been absolutely brilliant dishes. So normally when I make this ganache and put it in that tart, it only takes about an hour to set, but because the caramel was still warm as well, it took a bit longer. So, I just air fried for 10 minutes at 170. Some part bakes. My kids as well are breadaholics. They love, love, love bread. Bread with plenty of butter on. Not the healthiest thing, but they love it. Finally getting Amy to eat cucumber now without her complaining, so that's one salad item down, a few more to go. She won't touch tomatoes. Or celery. Can't say I blame her, to be honest. Celery has got an horrible taste. I'm going to try her with peppers again. If I can get her to eat a couple of things, that's better than the nothing that she was eating. So I only eat onion, lettuce, cucumber. That's why he does, and I didn't realise that we'd run out of tomatoes. So he didn't get no tomatoes, bless him. I used them on the risotto. But I am an onion holic. Absolutely love any type of onion. I think on my tea I had red onion, spring onion, pickled onion. It was me onion salad. And that's Steve's plate all done. If there's pickles in the house, he's gonna have them. It's got his beetroot, it's got his pickled cabbage, his onions. I've got pickled eggs somewhere and I can't find them, so I'm gonna have to root through that cupboard. And here is the tart. Didn't get it at tea time, but we will certainly have it tomorrow. So yeah, so let me know what you thought, guys. Speak to you down in the comments. This one was longer than last week's. I think you seem to prefer the longer ones to the shorter ones, which is fine by us. I hope you all had a great weekend, and we'll see what the week ahead brings. Bye for now.